As I have modeled some of our work on work that you've previously done, you told me a story once about the Committee of 100.
Ah,
And when people hear of a Committee of 100, it scares them. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience with that in
yeah,
hindsight?
yeah. This was in Future Spokane back in the mid '80s, and it was time for Spokane to really think about its future in a new way. And just as you said about Snohomish, we didn't want to do a plan. We wanted to stimulate action. We didn't want to tell government what to do. We wanted to say what's important and how are we going to pursue it. And what we did is we brought together a group of 100 very diverse people in the community, brought them together for 3 days. Uh, uh, they were a group of people who didn't expect to be in the room with each other. And we were also really clear about this is only one committee of 100. There are many other possible committees of 100. So this is not an elite group that has all of the answers. It's just one configuration of a group of people who really care about the community. One of the things that happened during those 3 days is people discovered that others who they had stereotyped or others who they knew they just couldn't stand were actually really interesting people and who had good ideas and who had a different viewpoint and maybe different values. But basically, what they had at their deepest heart level was they had a love of Spokane and a desire to make the community even better than it already was. And so over the course of 3 days, those 100 people were able to outline, gosh, it's been a while, but I'm going to say probably about 50 different projects in the community that they believed were important and that they wanted to help undertake. And we went from the community of 100 and those ideas to widely publicizing them in the community, forming task groups from anybody who wanted to show up from the community around each one of the ideas, supported them as they talked to each other and dreamed with each other and developed action plans with each other. It was about 25 years later when some of us who had organized the program, and even that, the organization was a bit unexpected. So I was the director of a scrappy community development nonprofit organization. We partnered with two of the least likely partners, the Junior League of Spokane, which was the sort of the leading volunteer group for women from rich families in the community, and Eastern Washington University, our regional university here. When people first heard that Future Spokane was coming from Northwest Regional Facilitators, the Junior League of Spokane, and Eastern Washington University, they said, "What? Huh? I don't get that." But there was a power in the diversity of that convening. So fast forward 25 years later, some of us got together and we looked back at the ideas that had first been vocalized in that committee of 100, publicly vocalized. They were talked about privately. These were not brand new dreams, but they were the first time that they came into the public view. We looked back and what we saw was that every one of them had become a reality. Every one of them had become a reality, not because of a new plan, not because of government action, but because people in the community met with each other, talked with each other, looked each other in the eye and said, "This is important, let's do it, where do we start?" So I have a lot of faith in these kind of processes.